just listening to your show made me feel not lonely. And I was so grateful how you opened up and shared your lives.
Today we have someone in here that none of you know at all. This is my favorite thing to do in the world. Now we're having a person who is here because she's lovely. She's got a heart the size of the planet Earth.
Aww, that's so nice.
Her name is Kathleen. I don't even know your last name.
It's Maxwell.
Kathleen Maxwell.
Yes.
And your son Andrew is here. How do you turn
Andrew Maxwell.
Andrew, hi Andrew.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh, we're doing fine. So you're sitting there, in traffic or whatever you're doing right now, saying, "Well, okay, great. Kathleen and Andrew are there. Why are they there?" I'll tell you the story. May I?
Yes, please.
Odeon downtown, lunch there all the time. One of our favorite places. This woman walks up to me as we're at the bar eating. She says, "I want to meet you. I listen to your show every day. I love everyone on your show. You've gotten me through all sorts of things, and I want a job on your show."
Oh.
You said that, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And why? And you thought, I'm going to go to this guy and just say, "I want a job in your show," not knowing what was going to happen.
It was not so much a job. It was more of, the dream started out as a job on the show. But then I wound up going to the local community college because you guys started talking about podcasts. And I thought, how can I contribute to the show? And I thought, I could help them out with a podcast. But I didn't know how to mix, record, edit music or voice. And so I went to the local community college of Bergen and learned how to do that from 2018 on. And then when I was just about to get to have an internship or something, that's when the pandemic hit and everything kind of shut down.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And so that's how we met. And but I remember, I don't remember everything we talked about, but I do remember it was just lovely speaking with you, and you had nothing but glowing, wonderful, warm thoughts about our show and us and whatever,
Well, because it's changed my life, and you guys were there for me when I felt so lonely when I was I have 4 kids, which are all adults now, and I just felt so lonely. I thought I was like the loneliest, busiest person in the world, and just listening to your show made me feel not lonely, and I was so grateful how you opened up and shared your lives and your feelings and your heart. And it gave me the opportunity, because I was so terrified of just showing any emotion because I was trying to hold it all together. And I have like this perfection thing. And so once I just heard you guys, I don't know why, but it gave me permission to feel and to speak my mind and to dream again.
Wow.
And I started dreaming, and look at where I am. I mean, I'm so amazed.
Where
I'm
are
so
you?
fortunate.
Wait, look at
I am in the
are you?
Elvis Duran and the Morning Show studio with some of my favorite people on the planet.
All right, so this is why we invited Kathleen up here today. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Get a drink of water. Get a drink of water.
you.
Now, so we were talking a while, and then Andrew, her son, was in the car. You don't remember this. He comes in and says, "Mom, we got to go." And I'm like, okay. So years went by, maybe 2 years?
3.
3 years went by.
Yes.
And I received an email from Kathleen. And may I read it?
Yes, please.
I got to find it. I didn't plan ahead for this. Kathleen, search. How do you read Kathleen?
While you're searching, can I ask her one question?
Yes, please.
Please do.
Okay.
Here
When
it is.
you said you wanted to work here, what kind of job would you want with the show?
Oh, see, the magic of you guys is I can see myself with practically anybody. I could see myself helping out Andrew, the operations manager.
He needs it.
I would totally do that.
Is he really?
Think about what a mother does. They just pick up whatever needs to be done. You think so far ahead, and you anticipate needs, or at least that's what I did as a mother. And so it became second nature to me. And when they started growing up and leaving the house one by one, that's when I was like, what am I going to do? And so I was trying to find my purpose. And I thought, wow, you guys seem like you have so much fun. You're this big family who shares emotions. You laugh and you fight and you love and you're sad together. And I have a big family too. And I don't know why, everything felt so normal. You made me feel normal.
Wow.
And safe.
So
Okay.
nice.
Okay, before I read the email from Kathleen, what is it like having a mom like your mom, Andrew? Seriously.
Oh, it's amazing. She's
I mean-
the most caring person I could ever ask for.
and I'm no offense to your friends, but I'm assuming that out of all your friends, you are the one that has the best mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, not a competition.
So this is the email that came in from Kathleen 3 years after we met. And we hadn't spoken at all.
No.
Elvis, almost 3 years ago, May 13th, for my 52nd birthday, I went to Odeon with the hope that you would be sitting at the bar. I had rehearsed what I had wanted to say to you with my close friends for days beforehand. You really did that?
I really did that.
They think you're a little nutty?
Yeah, they all do.
Okay, good.
And a lot of them are listening right now.
Okay,
So.
all right. Well, look where nutty Kathleen is. She's with us, and she's making us feel so great. Anyway, surprisingly, Elvis, you were there, and I nearly lost my nerve, but I had my best friend with me, my crutch, my lifeline, and when I needed that courage to do what I wanted to do in my heart but was lacking, I walked up and said hi. Our conversation was a dream fulfilled for that day, but there was more dreams to be born and pursued later. You offered ideas and a possible in-studio visit, but circumstances like pandemic prevented it. Kathleen goes on to say, what stopped me the last 3 years was what you said. Was I willing and capable of changing my life so much that I could work and succeed the hours it would take? At the time, I was unsure for many reasons, but a very large one was an aging friend that needed me towards the end of her life as much as I needed her for mine. As she wrote this letter to me, she says, yesterday, I lost my best friend. She died in front of me in the morning. And by sunset, my family and I formed a circle of love around her, and we watched her body be buried. Pictures on my phone, walls, and in my head, and others who loved her are all that is left. My love for her, my love for us will never die, and I carry her now in my heart. Today, day one, I find the strength within to ask you, may I come finally get that visit in the studio? I would love to see the morning show in action and to pull back the curtain. As an avid listener, the show has inspired me to change my life, and I'm ready to see more and see what the next step is. All the best from Kathleen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
So that's why Kathleen's here today, if you're wondering.
I'm kind of worried now what she's going to see behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, behind the curtain is amazing. I wish everybody could see this. It's wild.
What else shifted in your life the day that your friend passed away right in front of you? It must have been a monumental, the plates of the planet just all shifted for you.
Well, a lot of what I had been anticipating for the last several years, because if everybody doesn't understand, the person who passed away was my dog, Lily.
Oh.
And so
God.
she was everything to me. She was like my right arm, and I didn't really go anywhere without her. And I've traveled overseas with her. I've gone everywhere with her, and she was always there for me. And I knew she was getting old. She was 14. And so, not that I needed any reminders, but I had a lot of people reminding me that she was aging and what was I going to do when she passed. And I really didn't know, but that anticipation, which, like when you go on a vacation, you're very excited about going on a vacation and actually builds the excitement. Mm-hmm. Well, the anticipation of her passing was crippling me. And so I didn't know what else to do except take care of her. And so, and I also anticipated that her death would be horrific and morbid and depressing, and that I would, when I picture what I would have been doing, it would have been like laying in bed and not being able to get out of bed and throwing the covers over my head and not wanting to live. But the most miraculous thing happened when she passed. There was this outpouring of love for me and for her, and so everybody showed up, and we literally sat around her for over 10 hours.
Wow.
And I never knew what I wanted to do with her body. Nothing felt right. And so they allowed me to have the time and the space to figure out for myself, which was a very unique and new experience for me. And so gradually during the day, thank goodness she passed in the morning, because I don't think I could have anticipated what I wanted to do with her. And the nice thing is that I have a property that a couple feet away is a corner that faces the ocean at the beach entrance. And so I decided what better place than to keep her here with me, or at least her body, and then to feed a tree and to allow her body to decompose and give something else life, and to always have a reminder of her there.
Kathleen. You know what I'm going to say, right?
I know what you're going to say.
I don't know if I can say it.
No.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
So Elvis is going through something right now with Max, like this.
I had
And
heard.
Max has a cancer that he needs an operation, and they've given him a couple of years, but
Hopefully.
hopefully, if everything goes well and he's in good hands, that will happen. So right now, he totally understands exactly what you're going through and
Without
how
doubt.
hard it is.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is, I've never heard anyone describe letting go of such a treasured part of your life in such an elegant way. I mean,
amazing.
Gandhi, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm watching Gandhi, and Gandhi's, for once, is speechless.
Well, yeah, I am very impressed by all of this. I lost a dog also, and it is the worst thing. And thinking about being able to have put his body in a place where a tree could grow from it, and I could always see that, and we give back to the earth, would have been wonderful. So what a great thing that you've done. And also so sad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And what a day. What a day you had. You know, so again, you're asking, why is Kathleen there? I think you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
I had no idea 3 years ago when we met each other, our journey would end up here with us all together.
Froggy
Wow.
and Lisa, they went through something similar
Look
with
at-
one of their dogs. I mean, you could see Froggy.
You can see Froggy's
getting
in
so
Jacksonville.
emotional.
Say hi to Kathleen, Frog.
Hi, Froggy. How you doing?
Hi, Kathleen.
See,
It just, Kobe's been gone for almost 9 years now, and it takes me back to that day. And I just, I miss him as much today as I did the day that we lost him. But the way you describe that, I've never heard anybody describe it like that. And you're truly amazing.
you really are an amazing person.
Yeah.
You should hear what they're saying about you on text messages.
I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know what to say.
They're pulling over because they can't see.
Oh, really?
They're crying, but we love Kathleen. Kathleen, we love you. Kathleen Maxwell is my hero. Look at that.
I feel all the love. Thank you.
Well, look, I don't know how this came to be, but I'm so glad it did.
I feel like she came into your life again at a time when you needed her.
Yeah, I just
It's kind of weird how things line up.
Yes,
You know?
I truly believe in that.
you know us. We come in here and talk about farting and vomiting and lewd sex with
Yeah.
each other.
Some of my favorite conversations.
Cover your ears.
but every once in a while, I mean, we come in and we have these real moments, and you have given the gift of very real today, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
what now? This just recently happened.
Yes.
So what now?
Well, I'm probably going to.
Where's this podcast?
I don't know. And that's the most amazing thing. Going back to school, I realized being an artist, and I consider all of you here artists because you share yourself through voice, and is one of the hardest things. And I just have to make that leap, and I haven't made it yet. And so I just need a little courage and a little, I don't know, a little something. Remember, Gandhi, I heard you say one day that sometimes that next step is just too high. You can't see it. So the step that I can see is just go back to school. I mean, this past fall, I was so busy. I worked at the Williams Center in Rutherford. I did technical theater and worked on a show at the school called Harvey. I loved it. And I was the sound operator. So I don't know. I don't know what. I'm open to whatever life brings me, and I am so incredibly grateful to you, Elvis, and to everybody here. I feel the love. It's so wonderful. And Froggy, it's so good to see you. And thank you for sharing about all of your stories about your dogs and everything. It's just, it warms my heart. It makes me feel so incredible. It's just hard to explain with words.
Wow. Well, you did it.
Yeah.
You paint many beautiful pictures with your words.
Thank you.
So we wanted you to meet Kathleen, and of course Andrew. Andrew. Thank God Andrew's here today. Is he the official driver today?
No, not even.
We met in the city.
Okay.
He's like the replacement for Lily now.
Andrew's like,
He's like, you've got this.
Put him on a leash and take him for a walk. Well,
like, Mom.
so, if I had the champagne flute, I would raise it to, of course, Kathleen and Andrew, and to Lily.
Thank you.
And to everyone who's listening right now who may not be able to explain exactly in words how they're feeling different about life after hearing you speak, to them as well.
Yes.
Because I know exactly how I feel after listening to your story.
Thank you.
Wow.
I know you're not looking for advice.
Oh, I love
But
advice.
I think you should just jump. Whatever it is that you think you want to do. You want to do a podcast, just start recording the podcast. If you wait for the time to be perfect, it's never going to come. You're always going to doubt something. But as soon as you just take that step, I think you'd be so surprised how quickly you learn and things evolve. And all of a sudden, you've got this thing that you've worked on for so long that's ready to go.
Well, that's incredible advice, and thank you. And I listen to your podcast, so I feel
Thank you.
I love your podcast. And I wanted to help you do one on shoes.
oh, thank you.
Danielle?
Thank you. I don't know what we would talk about with shoes.
Shoes.
That's my only
Oh,
thing.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
You've got
Just how lovely
Shoes,
they
there's
are.
billions of combinations.
Wow.
Love it.
hello. Well, it's just an honor to have you here, Kathleen, and you feel free to stick around. We're gonna keep on moving, but you stay right there. Oh, and thanks for the cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're very welcome.
You brought Scary some fruit.
Yes.
For the berries.
Welcome.
And you know what? If you have a friend who needs to hear what you just heard with Kathleen and us, we're on demand. It's another podcast.